OF. You know he's using OF?
No.
Dude's paying to jerk like
This
every
is
5 minutes.
brand new to me.
But it is the age gap, so I'm a lot more active than she is.
Big fucking deal. I'm gonna tell you what's really crack-a-lacka.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Exhausted Truth, where I'm your host, and I'm very exhausted. I'm always having to tell the goddamn truth. All right. Today's topic is going to be based off of now calebhammer and financial audit. They usually do financial stuff. So typically it would have nothing to do with this channel, but every once in a while he gets couples on there. And while the point of having the couples on there is to go through their financial stuff, as you can see in the clip, a lot of these relationships are about a lot more than just financial stuff, right? Now, again, I don't mean relationships in general. I'm talking about the specific ones that come on to this channel or to Caleb's channel. They're specifically there for financial stuff. But it's what you start to realize is that it doesn't matter the reason they're there. They can't escape the reality that is there's usually a lot of underlining variables or situations or things that are just going on within the relationship long before it ever gets to the point where, you know, the finances become a problem. You know, first of all, you can tell right off the rip that this couple they haven't talked about this. I'm sure they've argued about it. I'm sure they've bickered, yelled, and bitched to each other about it, but they haven't actually sat down and had a good conversation about their finances, nor just their relationship in general. Okay, so that was the first thing to me that was very clear, is this relationship has a lack of communication, and not just a lack of communication, because some people think screaming and yelling at each other is communicating. I mean quality, civilized, and constructive communication. Bro, I literally forgot the word for a second. Anyway, and that's one of the bigger and underlining tones of this episode, is that they have so many more problems before you could even fathom them trying to fix their finances. There's far more shit they should be worried about and trying to take care of. So that was one of the things that was really obvious to me right off the rip in this episode. So anyway, let's get into more, and we can start to see exactly why it is I'm saying what the hell I'm saying.
Hi, I'm John, 25 years old.
I'm Marissa, 37 years old, based out of Austin, Texas.
And this is Financial Audit.
First couple on here in a long time.
Nice.
So thanks. But just out of the gate, what's going on, guys?
So, for me at least, I've really been trying to get our finances in order. It's pretty frustrating just because I do have to keep track of both of our finances and stuff like that. You know, our bank accounts, our debts that we have to pay, and our her car note, which really I'm getting sick of that, to be honest. You know, having to back pay and all that. So especially with the age gap. You know, I feel like I'm 25 years old. She should be at a better place than
This
where
is a
she's
big
at.
age gap. How did this happen? Work.
It's
fine.
It was work.
We were coworkers.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
No one was a boss, right?
no, boss. No.
No, not at all.
Interesting. How long have you guys been together
That
now?
would have been funny. We've been almost 4 years now.
So we're saying, if I just want to make sure I understood this correctly, you feel like her finances are holding you guys back as a couple?
Yeah.
What about financial choices and as a couple? Where are we?
I feel like we just there's sometimes where we make bad decisions and I make bad decisions, but I always seem to call us out of that. I always seem to get us out of a hole and pull money out from somewhere I don't have it, or sometimes I make stupid decisions.
There's been times I have too.
Yeah, but like overall, like where do we?
He's more stable.
Yeah,
more stable
I think I'm a lot more responsible, to be honest.
Well, you've been doing the adult thing for like forever now.
Forever.
Sorry, I just couldn't do quick math, so I said forever.
No, I'm used to he says the same
I
thing.
get it all the time, so
That I'm so old. I get it all the time.
Okay, but like you've been doing this for a while. We'll go through the finances and we'll actually make a determination. But why is he the big boy of the relationship?
Yeah. I, why?
Why is he the adult?
Yeah, he makes better decisions than I do.
Why?
He tries to go higher and pay from the time we've been together. He's gone up and up and up, and I haven't. I've
Why?
gone down.
Down? Why?
Yeah, I've gone down.
Yes, it was a
Making
big drop.
rational decisions, and I left my job, and then I had to get another one that was a lower pay, so that didn't help out.
Yeah, that kind of, blindsided me too. I mean, we had been talking about it. She has some issues with her boss, but she called me one day and she's like, "Hey, do you mind if I, quit my job? Getting tired of my boss." And I was like, "Well, you have to find another job first, but I don't mind, toxic environment, whatever." But she said, "I already did." And I'm like, "Well, then why are you calling me, asking me if you already
Are we making
quit your boss?"
financial decisions as a couple right now?
Yeah, no,
Not really.
Why?
no.
What are we trying to do? What's our goal? What's our future? What are we trying to do as a partnership? Are we trying to get married? Is this a long-term thing? Where
For
are
me,
we going with
for
this?
me,
Yes.
yes, absolutely.
We want the house. We want to get better. We want our credit to be better.
Okay, well, you both have things in collection.
right, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you the responsible one?
So as you can see, even Caleb has picked up on it, and because the dude, the boyfriend, he's called himself the responsible one, and he's the one that gets them out of all their financial shit. And you can already see on her face that she disagrees. So that's a key factor. That's a key detail when it comes to or as far as why I'm saying that as to why I'm saying there's no communication in this relationship. That's one of the big factors right there, is the fact that he says something and then she rolls her eyes or gives a look, or you can tell she gives an action of disdain or disagreeance, so when you're sitting there saying that you're the man in a relationship, but your woman's in the corner or on the side rolling her eyes, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. That's why anytime a man's like, "I'm a man," I always look to his woman, see what she's doing, because if she seconds it, it's possible. It's more possible. But if she's rolling her eyes and shit and basically clowning him on the side, I think he's said the words "I'm the man" too many goddamn times. Anyway.
We're on a card together. It looks like one credit card. One.
Yeah, one credit card.
Correct?
Yes.
Why?
I did that just so I thought I was more than capable of paying the bills, but stuff happened, and we split
Are you
off.
the responsible
I
one?
know I'm trying to be. I really try to be, but there's also a lot of stuff in our relationship that's separate from the finances that we've been rocky on. We've taken a break a few times, and
Really? How
I
many
had
times in 4 years?
twice. Yeah, twice. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's a little.
So does opening a credit card together
well, we did that.
make sense?
I did that before we decided to split off. It's always. I mean,
When
it's
was
always
the
been
most recent split?
last year.
21.
No, last year when I moved over there to.
Big gap.
Oh, yes, he's correct. That's when it was.
This so-called team has splitting up multiple times already, and the most recent one being very recent. Literally, this is one of those situations where you don't have to fucking tell me anything. All I got to do is listen to you speak, and I know everything I need to know. So this is about the part where you start to realize that they're not shit individually, right? Individually, they ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them have their shit together separately. So when two people who ain't shit come together, they make a pile of shit. And it's just the way it is, right? Like, he keeps saying, "I try to be, I try this, I try that." Listen, bruh, if you're going to talk about being the man, then be the fucking man. Take some accountability. I've never heard a real man sit there and say, I've never heard a real man say, "I try to," so many goddamn times in one conversation. You either are doing or you're not doing. I don't want to hear that you're trying to. I don't want to hear that you tried. Who gives a fuck? All I hear is that you haven't. And because you haven't, stop trying to be the guy who claims to fix it all. Stop trying to be, stop trying to be above your woman when it's clear that you're failing at your goal, right? Like you're trying to be the man. You're trying to be the leader. You're trying to be team captain. and you're fucking failing. And instead of coming to your woman and talking to her, and maybe even if it's just advice, even if it's just a little bit of counsel, even if it's just, I don't know, communication with your woman about how she feels things are being ran, maybe she's got some ideas. See, this whole thing of, you know, it's always men lead by example. They never have to tell you they're the fucking man. Just everyone around them is just going to know it because they're going to feel it. Anytime a dude has to consistently tell you that he's the man, he's probably not the man. And because of that, and it's always the ones that have to tell you 1,000 times that just seem to be trying the hardest and failing the worst. I don't understand. Look, man, it's a big job. Clearly for you, it's a big job being the man. So stop trying. And again, being the man doesn't mean you take the world on your shoulders, the entire relationship, and you just keep walking uphill. You have a partner. Act like it. But this dude's too immature and too much of a fucking egomaniac to admit that he's not doing what he claims to be doing and that he could use some help.
I want to say I've done it too. Like, I've had to bail him out of
Yeah, but I always pay you
problem
back.
too.
I always pay you back. Oh, and then I pay you back more than what you give me because I do feel bad, and I do feel,
Yeah.
I should be. I should
just
have
keep
my own
telling him
together. I'm
gonna
grown
pay him
too.
back.
So
I mean, I am.
Are you?
Yes, I want to with everything in me pay him back. It's just I can't yet
Why?
because I'm not making enough.
yeah,
Now you chose that.
it's way
It's
too
been a year
expensive
since
for
the
me.
break.
Yeah, but I mean,
You still owe your dad this money.
yeah, I do. Yes,
Why have you made no progress in a year?
because it's hard. I really don't know.
You make decent money. It's $1,800.
Right.
$1,800 over the course of a year owed to your family.
He also wants to be paid in full. His father. He
Yeah,
doesn't want
my
payments.
dad's a little.
That doesn't make
It's
sense
different.
though. He probably
Yeah.
could have got his money back if
He's a lot.
if
So
if you know. Or,
I mean, I
well,
love my
the
dad.
dude bailed you out for you making a stupid decision. So
Right.
I'm sure it was a bad word that he just called his father. I'm sure it was very fucking disrespectful. And this is a dude not only raised him, but helped him as a fucking adult in a time of need. And not only does he talk shit on his own father and disrespect him, but he says something in detail. I have to touch on this. I have to touch on this because he says that, or actually so homegirl says, well, his dad doesn't want it in full, so that's another reason as to why we haven't paid him back yet. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, couldn't you have just whatever you were gonna pay him in payments? Couldn't you have just put that in a shoebox, and then when you got the full amount, you could have just given it to him? But instead, you justify spending all the fucking money because he wanted payments. Well, until we can do, or he didn't want payments. He wanted it in full. But where in your fucking mind will you ever get that entirety of the entire amount given to him if you're not saving it? And you think because he doesn't want payments, you can't save what you would have paid in payments, and then when it builds up, just give it to him in full? This is the fucking thinking of these types of these people. This is most people in this goddamn world that think like this. But let's go these two specifically. This is how these two fucking idiots, these two motherfuckers expect to fix this relationship, and this is how they think.
get us out of the
But some of
hole.
that stuff is like my brakes for my car. And
What's
then,
K?
Oh, this. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's really helping your car not smash
That
into
was only
something,
like
isn't it?
like $30 though.
I don't give a shit. You're the one digging out of the hole, and you're the one all of a sudden going and financing
See,
things.
but-
Does
see-
that make sense? Does that make sense? How can we put the blame on her? And don't get me wrong, your finances are. We'll get to it.
To be honest, like she was real comfortable, being at home for, 2, 3, 4,
No,
5
I was
weeks.
stressed. It stressed me.
It didn't look like it.
It
To be honest
did.
with you.
I
No,
even told you it
you
did.
sitting there
many
smoking.
times. No, and taking care of the house as much as I can. Not having you worry about.
But you don't
stuff like
work.
that.
But you don't work. That's what makes me upset.
Yes.
Like you're not working. I'm working, 8 to 5, 8 to 6 sometimes, and I'm work on call. I work on call all the
I
time.
know,
That's
I have
with
my
all the
job.
extra overtime. And I come home and I gotta wash the dishes and I gotta do that stuff. And it's like really, do I really have to?
No,
We
I
get in the fight, about that too. For me, I'm real traditional. I like to pay those bills and come home and not have to worry about too much. And
Okay, that's what you like. What do you like? Because it's a two-way street.
I would like that, but
Okay, then
I
if
would
we're
like
both on the
it,
same
but
page about it, why is that not happening then?
no, because even if that does happen, he's still gonna get on me about something. He's still gonna get on me. So why not
Is that what
just
you do?
get my job? and-
sometimes, but
absolutely.
I do. I'm not
Are
gonna
you
lie.
a relentless bickerer?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's
I don't
valid.
think anyone ever appreciates that.
I think it's valid though. Like I'm not gonna say here and say it's not valid. It's absolutely valid. I feel like I've held my end of the deal up, and it's time for the other side.
But if you agree on that's how it's gonna go, then there should be nothing else to say about it.
Yeah, but you also agree that you're gonna help me also. So it's like, why do I have to agree, and why do I have to? You know what I mean?
Go with me here. We'll start with you. Where is she letting down in this agreement? In this agreement that I don't think we're fully aligned on. Where is
Right.
she letting you down?
Money.
Okay, well, that's not what you were
No.
just talking about there.
But
Oh.
you were gonna pay. As far as you paying, I guess he's just bossy when it comes to it, and
And it was
if
agreed
I
not to
need
be?
money, he doesn't agree with it, it won't happen.
For like what? Give me an example.
No, or for other stuff too. But yes,
Well,
but I've
let me play
mostly handled that.
devil's advocate on that. Like, if that's where a big chunk of your bills are personally going, and he doesn't support that habit because he sees it not being productive for your past and future, is it on him to support that habit? You're borrowing $100 every second of your life, and you have things going into collections, and your dad had to bail you out like a child. Amazon Prime, a vending machine when we have to borrow $100. McDonald's, concessions, going and getting a drink. Oh, here we go. OF, getting some OF.
Oh,
Yeah, dude's having like multiple.
this is why he gets away with a lot of because I don't even know what he spends.
Do you know he's using OF?
No, this is brand new to
See,
me.
Dude's paying to jerk like
This
every
is
5 minutes.
Brand new to me.
But the reason why with that is it is the age gap, so I'm a lot more active than she is.
But I'm
So, another shining positive example of this guy's great character, right?
so
And
in the
then, I mean,
wrong because I smoke here and there.
But it's not like it's that much. You smoke like every single
You
week.
can
I don't
get
know, man. You
that stuff for
this
free.
this comes out to the point. Yeah, one. Yeah, you can't get it for free. Two, it's basically it can break down to 1.5 times a week that you're paying.
Yeah, but that
To see
was
someone
that was
else?
just that one month. That was just that 1 month.
Okay. I only have access to 1 month, so,
So
I will
it's
not
okay.
accept that.
No.
So OF, Apple Bill, University Market, OF, back at it, $20 that time.
to get coffee that we have at the house.
No, OF is the.
Oh, I'm
the-
talking about the market.
Yeah. Roku. Sending money out. OF, we're back. $10 that time. Sending $80 out, Jack in the Box. Cabo Bob's Burritos, sending money out. Filmographer and editor who's editing this right now loves Cabo Bob's.
That's
I've never
best.
been there.
It's best.
That's
Best.
awesome.
Yeah, it's
She's
so
trying-
It's also
good.
best to not have to borrow $100 every second of your life. Going in and getting a drink or taquitos or whatever. Taquitos. We're back to the OF. Paying to.
I'm so mad. If I want to go out to eat, it's a fight. It's a big no.
You go out to eat all the
And
time.
this then
No, we do. I don't know what she's talking about. We do go out
no,
to eat.
you, he's
No,
saying
you go out to eat.
Oh,
You stop
no.
at the market. You're paying for that naughtiness.
That as well.
But I also feel like it's because I'm getting the bare minimum done. So I feel like I have any
Excuses.
extra. I feel like I have the right to enjoy
Right
myself.
to.
He's trying to.
Yeah,
Well, sure, you have the right to your life, of course.
I don't
If
see it
that's
that
how you
way.
want to look at it, you have the right. Of course, you have the
And
right.
blame
you
me
have
for
the right
it.
to go out there and run into a pole and die.
Well, I also
I don't want you to, and that doesn't mean it's good. But of course, you have the right to be stupid.
I just also don't want to be the only one supporting us, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to have to.
This is excuse.
And-
This is not
I don't.
the
I
excuse
don't.
zone.
I don't want to
This is-
be.
I don't give. How does that? You have to. Okay, so you don't want to support your guys' self longer. Fine, go on your own. But even if you go on your own, guess what? Your spending's not getting you out of this. You haven't paid your debt back in a year of what, according to your salary, should have been an easy payback.
Yeah.
PlayStation. Back to OF. Burger King.
What are we
Is it
on,
really
like
that much?
5
Is it really?
times
I don't think
already?
it was
Yes.
that much. Is it that much?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that also can easily turn into an addiction.
See,
To be
but
very clear.
I just started getting into your videos right after this, like around January.
This relationship is so. Relationships in general are, but this relationship is so much more than just the finances, right? Like there's so many more problems that have led to their shitty financial situation. And until they not only fix their relationship, but fix who the fuck they are individually, finances are furthest from the thing that'll be addressed in the near future, or that should be addressed in the near future. I mean, it's got to be, finances have to be the farthest thing right now, because at this point in time, I mean, I wouldn't trust them with shit. Okay. Is it not super fucking clear that this dude has no clue what being responsible means? He said it 5 million times how he's the responsible one, and then he did nothing but show examples of exactly why he's a fucking idiot and has no clue he has zero clue about what being responsible even fucking means. And he said earlier in the video that he loves his father after he called him a fucking whatever, a name. He said something disrespectful, after his father had helped him, and he says, "Oh, well, I love my father." Yeah. And I think you probably say you love your girl too, and this is, and now we see how you treat people you love. See, people think that just because you say, "Oh, I love that person," but it gives you a pass to disrespect them. And in reality, all that it should show anyone around you is how you treat the ones you claim to love. It's baffling how clear it is these guys don't talk to each other. It's sad, man. It's sad that people would rather yell and scream to get their point across than just sitting each other down and saying, "Hey, look, this is what we talked about, and how are you feeling? How am I feeling? And I think this is the direction we need to go." But instead he goes, "Well, we've argued about it," and that's his version of talking about it. That's sad, man. That's his version of communicating. Like, well, we argued about it, so he feels like it should be all said and done. And she's not off the hook, bro. She's not off the hook by any means. She is in the exact same boat he's in, right? She's irresponsible with her fucking finances. She obviously has an addiction. Like, I'm not judging people for smoking, drinking, doing any of that thing. I don't say I don't do some shit too, but what I will say is, if it's getting in the way of your personal life, your relationship, and your finances are being affected by this, it needs to be addressed. Now, it's a shame. It's sad. This dude's doing OnlyFans, or he's not doing it, but he's buying OnlyFans. There's, as if there wasn't enough free shit on the internet as it is, he's paying for it. So it's okay. So, every time y'all see them women on there doing OnlyFans, you mad at them. Be mad at this motherfucker and all like him that pay their goddamn bills and keep them going back and doing it again. Hey, I ain't got no problem either way. Look, she wants to, that's their relationship. All right, that's their relationship. That's these other model, OnlyFans, prostitute ladies' lives. That's on them. But just if you're gonna be mad at people, be mad at the motherfucking consumer too, right? Don't just be mad at the company. Be mad at the consumer that continues to financially invest and they keep spending money out of their own pocket in order to keep these type of industries going. So if you're mad, well, there you go. All right. This is a goddamn disaster. I think a breakup was well on the horizon. I wouldn't be surprised if they were broken up again for the third or fourth time before the episode ever even aired. Anyway, motherfuckers like them, y'all need some motherfucking help. Anyway, y'all be careful out there, and that's my time. And until next time, peace.